What is up, internet friends and family? I'm Charmx, and today I'm going to be reacting to 10 common nightmares explained by all-time 10s. Now, I'm not really sure what to expect from this. I've had some very weird dreams, so, maybe they will be explained in this video. But with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. The original link's in the description. Make sure you go subscribe to all-time 10s if you haven't already. They're freaking fantastic. But with that being said, let's begin.
A good night's sleep is important for everyone, so there's nothing worse than waking up from a nightmare and not knowing why you had it. But don't fear, all-time 10s are here to help. From teeth loss to a partner cheating, this is 10 common nightmares explained. Number 10. Teeth or hair loss. Even if you've never had a filling in your life, there's a high chance that you could still dream about your teeth falling out. According to Richard Nicoletti, a psychotherapist at the Young Institute in Boston, the meaning behind the dream depends on several factors. The main thing is whether they're your teeth or someone else's. If they're yours, he says it symbolizes the idea that one's survival is challenged, such as the ability to eat, so it could mean disease. But if the teeth are someone else's, the dreamer may have an issue with that person, who could potentially be a friend turned enemy.
Okay, what? How does dreaming about your teeth fall out, or you're dreaming about someone else's teeth falling out, suggest that you and a friend are going to become enemies? That doesn't make any sense. Like, what scientific data do you have to back up your claims?
Other interpretations include feelings of unhappiness, particularly in relation to appearance. As for hair loss, it's said to signify powerlessness and a lack of self-esteem in the dreamer's life. Similar to teeth loss, sleep psychologists believe that there is a correlation between hair loss and beauty. Many dreamers who have this night terror are worried about becoming older and unattractive. Number 9. Being trapped or paralyzed. Ever had a horrifying nightmare where you're trapped or locked up and no matter how hard you try to free yourself, it's impossible? Well, these types of dreams often occur in people who suffer from claustrophobic anxiety.
Okay, I was gonna suggest that it might just be one of your kinks is that you like to be locked up.
Condition in which a person is afraid of being in small spaces where they cannot move. It can also be experienced by individuals who are afraid of not being able to get out of their current situation. This could relate to issues around financial matters, a dead-end job, or a negative relationship they feel they cannot escape. Patricia Garfield, the co-founder of the International Association for the Study of Dreams, says that if you find yourself paralyzed in your dream, it might mean that you're confused and unsure about what to do in a real-life situation.
Okay, that actually makes sense.
She claims one of her patients had recurring nightmares about being buried alive, and it turned out he was in a failing marriage. Once he divorced his wife, his nightmares stopped. Number 8.
Okay, that one there actually makes sense, because if you're, like, locked up, you're trapped, so it makes sense if, in the real life, maybe you're trapped in a marriage or something like that. That one makes sense compared to the first one, dreaming about teeth.
Death or bodily injury. Lots of people experience this common dream, but thankfully it's rarely ever a prediction of the future. It's said to represent rebirth or making room for new beginnings. Dreaming of someone close to you dying, for instance your child, symbolizes something completely different though. It could be a reflection of your own childish ways and the need to accept an adult approach to life. Or it could simply be an illustration of the fear you feel toward losing them. This is most common in new parents. As for being injured or wounded in a dream, the cause is often some feeling of weakness in your own personal life. On very rare occasions, dreams of injuries to specific body parts have been reported to coincide with medical problems related to those body parts. Number 7.
That's
Visions
cool.
of the dead. We've covered what it means when death occurs in dreams, but what about those chilling nightmares when you feel as though you are being contacted or approached by someone who is already dead?
Oh
well,
boy.
these types of dreams are typically associated with an inability to let go. For example, if you are having repetitive nightmares about a recently deceased loved one, the cause could be that you are struggling to cope with their loss emotionally. Or it could be feelings of guilt or regret for not having spent time with a loved one before they died. These nightmares can also be linked to terror of the unknown and anxiety about personal illness. It is common for people with terminal or life-threatening health problems to have these types of scary nightmares.
Okay, that one makes perfect sense. I mean, you're dreaming of, like, seeing dead people and stuff like that, and it makes sense that you might not have had the time, or you might not have made enough time to spend time with them before they died. So that one makes perfect sense.
6. End of the world. There are lots of different variations on the common end of the world nightmare. Have you ever found yourself caught in the middle of a violent hurricane, or perhaps hurtling towards an approaching tornado that is ripping apart houses and trees? Well, according to psychotherapist Dr. Alex Lukeman, these types of nightmares apparently indicate a sense of impending fear or anxiety. The weather is interchangeable and uncontrollable, which is said to represent an individual who is stressed or anxious throughout their day-to-day life. These anxieties could be about anything from a test coming up to a doctor's appointment to relationship issues. End-of-the-world dreams are also common for people who have experienced the death of a parent or loved one. Number 5.
I have not actually had, I don't think, any of the dreams mentioned on this.
Insects. Dreaming about insects tends to mean that you're worried about something. If you dream about ants, it's supposed to signify your general dissatisfaction in your daily life,
What?
as well as feelings of neglect and insignificance.
How? How does that correlate with ants? That doesn't make any sense.
Spiders, on the other hand, suggest that you feel you're being manipulated or that you're manipulating someone else.
I hate spiders.
Cynthia Richmond, author of Dream Power, believes that if you are completely surrounded by insects in a dream, then it means you're probably so annoyed by something or someone that you are ready to lash out at them. If the insect is something you're afraid of in conscious life, this means you are either ready to overcome the phobia by facing it, or perhaps something has pushed you to your limit. 4. Falling. Anxious feelings will most likely result in you falling in your dream. If the dream occurs not too long after you've fallen asleep, there is a simple explanation. In the first stages of sleep, spasms in our limbs are common, so the falling is your unconscious mind telling your conscious mind to stay alert. But if this occurs in deep sleep, it suggests that you are hanging on too tightly to a particular situation in waking life, or that you are upset about being let down by a trusted friend. According to sleep expert Kathleen O'Connor, if you dream about someone else falling in your dream, this could mean a friend is letting you down or falling short. Number
Okay, that one, I mean, kind of makes sense, but I've never had like any of these experiences before. I've had some very fucked up dreams, but nothing like this.
3. Being chased or attacked.
I've
To
had
be
that
chased
before.
or attacked by something or someone is a signal to our body's fight or flight response. This is essentially a primal reaction embedded in every single human, which arises when a person is faced with danger or fear. Sigmund Freud characterized these as the manifest dream content of persons suffering from anxiety. From small worries such as getting stuck in traffic to substantial fears about getting into a car accident, there are lots of different reasons why anxiety may be reflected in dreams. Being chased could also signify that you are avoiding something in your waking life and refusing to deal with those problems. Number 2. Naked in public. Picture this. You are stood
Never
in
had
a
that.
very public place, surrounded by hundreds of people who are fully clothed, but you are completely naked. Even if it's in a dream, it sounds mortifying, doesn't it? Our clothes are said to represent a particular image to the people around us. So, therefore, being naked in public suggests that there is a situation in waking life that's making you feel vulnerable and exposed.
What if what if you get off to being naked in public? Like, I know there's a kink that some people have where they get off to being humiliated. Maybe you just have some sexual fetishes that make you want to be naked in public when you're sleeping.
Psychologist Ian Wallace believes that this dream is common to individuals who have accepted a promotion, gone off to a new job, or who are coming into public view. But negative meanings behind the dream could
I'm
point
freaking
to the
hungry.
fact that you've been hiding something from others, or are afraid that people can see through a facade you've established. Number 1. Partner cheating. Dreaming of being betrayed by your loved one can actually symbolize many different things, and some of them do not always connect with the actual aspect of your partner cheating at all. It's more than likely to occur when you feel abandoned or alienated by someone close to you. Maybe a family member or
Okay, that
friend
makes
is
sense.
spending less time with you, so therefore you feel cheated. But if you are already suspicious of infidelity within your relationship, the nightmare could be a projection of the concern, as it has manifested itself in your subconscious. On the upside, dream analyst Delphi Ellis says it could simply mean you need to spend a little more time with your partner. So
There are way too many options there. Okay, so this was very interesting. I've only experienced, I think, 1 or 2 of the, 10 common nightmares, but normally I don't have nightmares. Normally it's just normal dreams. I've had some really fucked up ones, but none of them that are on this list. And let me know if you guys have or haven't had these kinds of nightmares in the comments. But with that being said, guys, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share it with a friend. If you're new, and subscribe and join the family today, and I'll see you guys next time. Boop! If you like pina colada, why is that song stuck in my head? It's been stuck in my head for months.
If you like